So a little bit of a recording here. I just want an update. I have managed to stitch this. You will see in the video that's fast tracked. That is approximately 5 hours of work, which I consolidated into those seconds of video. That's fast tracked. And now basically there's a lot of stuff on that. You can see I've hand stitched the inside of this just to tack it together, and then there's lots of points which I'm going to explain later on as well. And now I'm just going to show you something. I've used the zip foot whilst stitching this, and the reason for that is the zip foot at least guides itself away from the beads. Now there are, like I mentioned earlier, buckets full of beads that are coming off this, and I've tried to, I mean, they're all over the floor, they're literally everywhere. Now the other setback when you buy something like this, and the reason why I'm pointing all this out is to avoid buying, and rather than buying something like this, is to buy the net and pay someone to add the beads for you onto the net if you want to look like this. Now you see the problem that we've had with this is a lot of the beads, like here, this is randomly the threads are loose, okay, randomly the beads have come out. There were so many of them. Look, all the beads from here have come off, and that's without me tampering it. That was in the fabric. Now the good thing is that luckily I actually got that towards the back of the kameez, and it's not the front of the kameez. Anyway, if I was personally having this designed, I would not even have these on the back, because they are very, 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 it's a very uncomfortable fabric to wear, to have these. Even when you sit down, these are going to dig into your skin. So if I was having this designed, I would leave the front plain. I would have the work done on the bazus where it required it, and I would also, even if I was to have the whole of this, I would pay someone, give them the beads, or tell them to get the beads and have the whole flowers beaded up like this. And you know what, it would cost you a fraction of the price of what this silly girl went and bought this for. So I mean, she's very close to me, and I would call her that, because it's a very it's not a very good thing to do when without thinking and getting yourself in that predicament where you are stuck with a very expensive fabric and you've got no one to stitch it, or you're forcing someone to stitch it. Now there's only two type of people who are going to stitch this for you. The one person is that's going to charge you an arm and a leg. If I was given a choice to stitch this for someone, I would look at charging them something ridiculous like £200 per kameez or whatever, because that's the kind of effort that this kind of things require. Secondly, the only other person that I would stitch this for unreluctantly is the person that I love the dearest. That is either yourself. So you would stitch something like this for yourself because you want to be different and totally, and obviously we do things for ourselves that we wouldn't do for others, or a loved one. A loved one meaning my daughter, my granddaughter, or someone that I was exceptionally close to, and for the sake of that love and them wanting to be, me wanting them to be totally exquisite and unique, then maybe I would. But if I was to stitch this for my daughter, and my daughter turned around and said, "Mom, I'm not wearing this because it's itching me," me and her would get into a very big fight. And that's happened with so many people. I know you wouldn't wear it because it's so uncomfortable. So here I'm advising you. I can even see this girl's mum turning around and saying to her, £120 आपने spent किए हैं इस बार और अभी पहनती भी नहीं है, because this is what mums do, and they don't think about the fact, right, that this is an uncomfortable fabric. It's going to kill my daughter. Do you want them to be scratched everywhere in wearing something like this? I know I'm giving so much negativity on this suit. The poor girl's going to end up feeling bad wearing it by the time I've finished. This is a serious, she's going to look different, she's going to look unique, but she's going to have to put up with the pain of maybe itched here and there, even though if I show you inside, I have gone and left the silk so far apart so that it does not irritate her skin. I mean, I'm very conscious of the fact that what it's going to do to a person. So but majority of the machinists, they won't be conscious of that. You know what, you've given them something to stitch, it's not their problem, you're the one who bought it. You're the one who should have thought of, is this going to be wearable? Not the machinist. It's not my job to think about your well-being. You didn't give me the choice to choose for you. So I'm sure you're understanding. I'm sure you're getting the vibe of what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I am going to, the rest of this now is going to be hand stitched, inshallah. That's not too bad. I can do the tarpai. It needs, even pressing this is going to be a mission, because when you press this, it's going to leave bud marks on your iron. So it's a problem fabric to stitch.
Mixing in the house.
आओ सेब कश्मीरी दी हाथी दा रंग नी ठाठा मारदा ए हुत्तों अंग अंग नी आओ छड्डे छड्डे मैनू हथियार मिठिए नी फिर अपने ही हथी चकवाएंगी आओ काला सूट पा के नाम लेनी आया कर किते कपड़ू दी गोली चलवाएंगी आओ काला सूट पा के नाम लेनी आया कर किते कपड़ू दी गोली चलवाएंगी आओ एक ही हद्दा कत्ल कराएंगी हो मैक बरगंडी ला के रवें टेचनी 2 टाइम जिम जांदी पूरी फेटनी अखां नाल की लिया मजाल जट्टिए दिल तेरे अगे आले दिता सेटनी हो गबरू मरीद तेरा होया फिरदा नी पैर इश्के च वैली दे पवाएंगी हो काला सूट पा के ओ काला सूट पा के नाम लेनी आया कर किते